Hello everyone, my name is Danny. This review is for the movie called The House That Jack Built. This is a 2018 film, not too old, a couple years. It is rated R and it runs 2.5 hours. Long, but not that long. Um, this stars Matt Dillon, somebody you know, Bruno Ganz, and Uma Thurman, another person you know. The description: the story follows Jack, a highly intelligent serial killer, over the course of 12 years and depicts the murders that really develop his inner madman. This is The House That Jack Built. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for watching this video. I'll start off by saying if you would like some bonus content, to go to Facebook and type in Danny's Movies and Music. I've started up that page. I have a little over 100 followers coming up soon, I think. And that I've only had that for like a week, so that's great. But yeah, I watch other movies and I give other opinions other than what I offer here on YouTube, and I just started that recently. So if you're interested in that, great. Let's talk about this movie, shall we? First of all, I could probably talk for this review and have a conversation with somebody for like a good hour, because this movie is insane. It's a roller coaster ride. The movie is just as insane as our main character, and there's just a lot to talk about. So I'm going to try and keep it short. I'm going to try and keep it within a reasonable time frame. But I think it's great that we're going to get more movies like this. I was looking at my collection back here. I don't own Joker. I don't own, any of the superhero movies with the Joker. But I think it's great that people are going to try and make movies that try and match the insanity of the Joker. Whether it be a serial killer or it be somebody that just went crazy one time, and just killed somebody, or, even these big planned terrorist events. We get movies like that all the time. So, but if you can get actors in our lifetime that can play a character that's completely insane, like Robert Pattinson with the Joker, like Matt Dillon with, Jack the serial killer, like, those are really amazing roles for these guys to play. And eventually, I think we'll get some women playing these roles, because if you can get these people that play an insane character this well, it is something to watch, and that makes the movie. It draws people in, and that's the reason to watch the movie right there. So that's our first point, is how does this measure up with other movies? And I think that the complete movie that this is, the amount of people that die in this movie, the strategic planning, the insaneness of the actual person, does compete against at least this last Joker, because I got so many mixed emotions from that movie, and there's really only one thing that really kind of happens, and that we were wanting more. And I think that this kind of a movie offers what people who wanted more out of Joker. I think this is what you want to watch. This is what you can get out of that. I understand that this movie is 2 years old. Joker is a year old, but try and get my point that, Joker was disappointing. The House That Jack Built is impressive. So where do I want to go next? Let's talk about the other characters, because the people that have to, befriend or know Jack in this movie, they are, innocent. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't know who this guy is. And that level in this movie of people having no idea what to do or how to handle Jack and as the person, um, it's just beyond belief. I mean, how do you accept help from a stranger on the side of the road without knowing anything about them? How do you bring your children to somewhere and trust that person? It gets you thinking about things like that. And so I think the other kind of crazy thing about this is asking yourself questions like, is Jack really trying to be like this? Because, like, the only other thing I can think about with this movie is that episode from South Park that has the serial killer in it, and Cartman and who else turned psychic and everything. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about with South Park, but that's the only other thing I can think about this because it addresses the question or addresses the situation where a serial killer wants to get caught. Matt Dillon in this movie is trying so hard to get caught. He wants people to know what he's doing. He wants recognition. He tells people flat out that he is a serial killer and he's killed all these people. And then the person walks away or drives away and thinks he's just a crazy nut. It's like, yeah, he's crazy. Address the problem. So that's how crazy this movie really gets, is that the serial killer that wants to get caught tries to get caught. He announces it to the world, and it's just insane that people keep not worrying about it. I mean, like, okay, so let's get to the third point here, is that this whole situation with Virgil is Jack's friend in this movie. He is talking to Virgil constantly throughout the whole movie, off screen, and we have to hear them talk, but we are watching something else, or it's a black screen, or they're talking while images are being shown, flashing through, and that part of the movie, that whoever produced this movie and came up with this idea just to flash random crap in front of you for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't know what they were trying to achieve. I don't know what that part of the movie was. A lot of the stuff that they show was really irrelevant and really just, it doesn't matter. And I can take a movie where people are just talking the whole time, even if it is off screen and other things are being shown. I mean, we've seen that all the time. I can name probably 10 people that have done a movie like that. But in this one, it kind of drones on a little bit because this movie turns psychological really, really quick. And Virgil and Jack are just talking about why Jack just killed that person. Why did Jack, talk about killing a woman instead of a man? Why does he do this? Has he ever loved anybody? Blah, blah, blah. The name of the movie, the house that Jack built. Is he gonna finish building his house? After the third attempt, things like that. And it goes on forever, and I think people are gonna go two ways on this. Either you're gonna think it's genius and you love the talking and you love the murders and you love this and that, and you just think this movie is insanely genius, or you're going to go the way of people that didn't like the Joker movie, and you're going to think that the talking and the psychological stuff and all this other things and people not addressing the problem, all this is going to make this movie horrible. And honestly, I can see it both ways because this is a tough movie to understand. It's a tough movie to embrace. What are you supposed to do? Watch this over and over? After you know what's happening and you know how stupid the people are to trust this guy? even though he seems nice. We hear about this throughout history. That people that get close to these guys that are serial killers are pretty stupid, and this is like the example of that. Many times over, there are lots of stupid people that just put themselves in a situation with Jack. And I mean, I don't want to give everything away from this movie, but just some of the stuff is just like mind boggling. He literally is sending pictures and giving stories to the newspaper. I mean, they don't follow that up. They don't do fingerprints. They don't do anything. And I think maybe that's where this movie started to lose me a little bit. Is like, I know it's set in an older time. That's fine. Supposedly the movie was released in France. Maybe this happened in a different country, even though everybody's speaking English. I don't know. But like, honestly, a lot of times that he wants to get caught, I'm wondering why he didn't. Because, maybe they didn't have the technology, but they do have policemen. They do have people that follow up leads. So it's a little unbelievable, but I can understand. I can understand everything that happened in this movie. So props to Matt Dillon for playing this role. I think it's gonna be one of his best ever, because anybody who plays a psycho like this is gonna be a big role in your life that you play. Really crazy psychological movie, talking the whole time, especially off screen, gets a little weird and creepy. I hope that people can understand this movie and follow it the whole time. It's long, it's very deep, it's talking the whole time, it's laying out situations. It also breaks itself into different segments, and so you're waiting for the next segment sometimes, and sometimes that can get tough. So like I said earlier, I think it's going to be either a hate or a love situation. I'm not going to take a side. I think this is a B minus movie. I think B minus is fair. I wanted to like it more than I did, but I just can't, because there's a couple obvious things, and the way the movie happens is just kind of weird. I do enjoy how vivid the killings are. I totally appreciate Matt Dillon. The ending was psychotic, and I haven't even got into the ending, because the ending is so insane that I just don't know how to explain it, and I don't know what the metaphors were for the ending, and I'm not even gonna get into it, because it's just something straight out of bat crazy at the end. So yeah, B minus for the house that Jack built. Try and make sense of this movie for yourself. Try and watch it. Try and expose yourself to it. Try and understand it for a minute, and I will give you props. Thanks, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy your movies. And I am taking a poll from now on. Would you like to become Real Life Connections? I was thinking about setting up a mailbox, and for purposes of exchanging movies and letters, with people. So if anybody's interested in that, please comment, let me know. Otherwise, try and enjoy this movie and take care of yourselves during this time of the pandemic, and we will see you guys around. Thank you.